Hello, my name is Judy Heumann, and I'm very pleased to have the chance to speak with you today, albeit by video. I want to thank the Essel Foundation and the Zero Project for their continued commitment to a world without barriers for disabled people across all areas of life, including in the important realm of employment. The importance of work and employment in a person's life cannot be overstated. Work is essential to financial independence, and across cultures, an individual's ability to work and contribute to their community is a source of social status and individual self-worth. This is no less true whether an individual has a disability or not. For all its importance, though, equal access to decent work continues to be elusive for too many disabled people around the world. I want to take a few minutes to discuss some of the key factors that I believe are important to address if we are to achieve the goal of true equality of employment for persons with disabilities. First, true commitment to inclusive education, including in the realm of vocational training. Countries are increasing their focus and investment in vocational training, and indeed lifelong learning for all learners. In too many countries, though, disabled students are not included in mainstream education or vocational training. Parallel systems are all too common, and the typical result is the use of substandard curricula, lowered standards of achievement, and fewer prospects for employment in the formal economy. We know that separate but equal does not work, and it is essential that we not perpetuate models that we know to be ineffective or less effective. Disabled people must have the equal opportunity to obtain the qualifications necessary for us to be competitive in the job market. Second, the business community is increasingly recognizing the importance of diversity within the workforce. They are more seriously addressing the need to employ people from a range of backgrounds, including people with disabilities. Such commitment is necessary and welcome. However, we need businesses of all sizes to understand how to put a disability lens on their work. We need to better leverage existing resources so that employers know where to find and how to implement effective practical approaches to hiring, retaining, and advancing employees with disabilities. Conferences such as this provide a useful opportunity for focus on these issues, but daily engagement over the long term is essential. The Job Accommodations Network, or JAN in the United States, is a great example of an initiative which aims to provide ready access to free, expert, and confidential guidance on workplace accommodations and questions about disability employment. The International Labor Organization, or the ILO's, Global Business and Disability Network offers opportunities for continued engagement of companies and employers' organizations. Chambers of Commerce in many countries also have a key role to play in providing necessary leadership and raising the profile of disability inclusive employment. In all of these activities, collaboration with civil society is essential. This brings me to my third point: the need to collaborate with civil society and disabled people's organizations in particular. We have seen how essential the disability community was to the adoption of the Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities and to adoption of strong disability rights legislation at the national and local levels. We need to take that same energy back to the grassroots level. Disability advocates need to be substantively knowledgeable in order to provide the necessary expertise to employers and other stakeholders addressing employment of disabled people. DPOs already find qualified disabled people to work in our own organizations, and we need to be connecting other employers with those same talent pools. We also need to be working in coalition with other organizations promoting the employment of women, youth, and entrepreneurs and others. With the rise of automation and other developments, the world of work is changing for everyone. Disabled people must be a part of the larger dialogue of these issues, or we will continue to be left behind. Finally, we all need higher expectations. Employers need to know that we can help them to identify qualified people for many of their job openings, and that they can and should expect employees with disabilities to be able to perform at the same level as other employees, in some cases with accommodations. As disabled people, we must have high expectations for ourselves. When I was denied my first job as a teacher, I had to decide whether or not to fight for that job. I had to learn and to choose to believe in myself. Had I not, I might never have become a teacher or a lifelong disability rights advocate. We have demonstrated that when we work collectively, we can do amazing things, such as the adoption of the CRPD and inclusion of disability in the SDGs. We must continue to develop the knowledge, capacity, and tenacity to drive an inclusive agenda in education and employment at the national and local levels. We must move away from individual pilot projects and move to scale up what we are learning from these projects. We must demand that governments include disability in their annual budgets. We must work collaboratively with everyone wanting to improve the economic capacity of their countries. I wish you the best of luck with the remainder of the conference and encourage you to make most of your time with other people, talking to them, learning from them, and keeping these conversations going long after you go home and leave Vienna. Thank you very much.